Representing Russia, Kristina Novitskaya. Representing Colombia, Yeni Sinistera. Representing Italy, Lucrezia Magistris. Representing Azerbaijan, Sabina Azimova. Representing People's Republic of China, Gan Hongyan. Representing Ukraine, Kamila Konotov. Representing France, Garance Rigaud. Representing Japan, Saori Hara. And representing Indonesia, Juliana Clarissa. These are the athletes in the women's 55 kilo Group A session.
Garance Rigaud from France, Saori Hara from Japan, and rounding out the list of 9 athletes, Juliana Clarissa. Of course, the Peruvian athlete there you see, Contreras, is not. She's lifted her entry weight from 70 to 73 kilograms, so she will be our first lifter away in the snatch. 3 attempts at each of the snatch and the clean and jerk, medals awarded in each of those categories at the World Championships, not so at the Olympics, and also a medal for the total. So plenty to fight for the women here. There's an unusual situation with a little walk across the platform there. What happened there, Simon?
Yeah, duck walk. When you start duck walking, you're in all sorts of trouble. Normally, she did exceptionally well to stay in control for as long as she did, but in the end, it just got away on her.
So what happened here? See from this replay.
So you can see the bars just a little bit out in front. She's trying to chase it. I mean, she's done 3 steps. And then the knee goes.
She nearly pulled it back, didn't she?
That would have been one of the all-time saves if she had.
Yeah, back live here with Juliana Clarissa from Indonesia. She'll also be attempting 73 kilograms. First attempt in the snatch. Nope, so the women started beautifully last night and this morning too in the snatch, but not so today. We've had 2 misses from 2 attempts.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of that men's 67 class yesterday, where there was an awful lot of rep to start us off.
They really struggled, didn't they? I don't think one lifter made his first attempt. So Hara is back. She was 4th at the Asian Youth Championships way back in 2017. That's in the 48 kilogram class, so she's gone up a class here. She has 73 kilos on the bar. That was much better.
Far more conventional that time. That was a really good lift. I'd say she's probably just a wee bit nervous in that first one.
73 kilos once again. Representing Indonesia.
We've had a number of athletes come out in the earlier rounds this morning as we see the replay here.
Yep.
Keeps her feet nicely planted, doesn't she?
Technically very good, that one.
So Clarissa is back for her second attempt at 73 kilograms. Lost it over the back again.
Yeah, it was a little bit closer than that first one, but still, you see from the replay, especially the side on.
So what can you tell us about what's gone wrong through here when we see this replay?
Yeah, she's just hopped back, and because she's gone back, the bar's come with her, but it's kept going back. And then when she's landed, what we talked a lot about yesterday, the pull of gravity gets involved, and very hard to stop it when you're in that position, in that deep squat position. So she's got one more go here to really try and rectify that and make sure that she gets a registers a first attempt.
So as a coach, what are you saying to your athlete now?
Well, not a lot really here, Tim. You can either sort of bear them with words. You're hoping that all the work's been done in the gymnasium pre-competition to make sure that if this situation arises, they don't get too caught up in it, that they can stay really relatively calm, and they can problem solve. If you're jibber-jabbering away to them, it can sometimes just be unnecessary noise.
Yeah. She's almost got that expression on her face, hasn't she? Just let me go and do it.
Yeah. Let's see. It's certainly not been a strength issue. Let's see if she can make the adjustment.
Yeah. So third attempt here in the snatch. Third attempt at this weight, 73 kilograms. Clarissa from Indonesia. She held that for a fraction longer above her head, but she still got away from it, didn't it?
She did. I mean, each one was a little bit closer. I'm sure if we gave her a fourth attempt, she'd get there. But unfortunately, you only get three.
So she's a relatively young athlete. She's the youngest athlete in this field at still only 16. She won't be 17 until the end of July, but she looked like she had that under control. What happened?
Yeah, again, just opening up a fraction. You know, in the snatch especially, you're dealing in very small movements that can determine where that bar ends up, and if it's not where it needs to be, it'll either go behind you or in front of you.
Back live now, Sabina Azimova, 74 kilos on the bar. This is her first lift in the snatch, women's 55 kilograms. Not terrifically convincing, was it?
But no, it was certainly a little bit rough, but plenty of power. But again, the bar was going backwards. Hence she stumbled back a couple of times to secure the lift. We'll see here. Thumb comes up a little bit at the start.
Big arc of the bar there.
Yeah. Hence, but she's done well there to keep control.
Yeah, she wasn't overly happy with that lift herself. You could see the expression, her reaction afterwards.
Well, hopefully again, just a few little nerves on that first attempt, and she'll settle into her work now.
So Rigo will join the competition, our fourth athlete, 9 in all, competing in this women's 55 kilogram. So Rigo's upped her entry weight to 77, which puts it back on Azimova.
I'm sure she'll go up as well. Very rarely do you take the 1 kilo in from it.
Yeah, you'd expect that to go out to probably at least 76, maybe 77. So Sayora Hara.
76 kilos now for the third attempt. Hara, Japan.
She'll be the next athlete on the platform. Had a failed and a successful attempt at 73 kilograms.
I want to have for our loaders. Nobody works harder
she's also upped her weight to 77 kilos. So we're back with Rigo, France. So a little bit of gamesmanship at the bottom end of this group. And Rigo has lifted her weight again, determined to make the Japanese girl lift first. So Hara from Japan on the platform. Third and final attempt in the women's 55 kilogram snatch. 77 kilos on the bar here. Well, she'll probably be disappointed with that first round miss, won't she, looking back?
Yeah, well, she got in all sorts of bother there, but she's finished really strongly. So I think 77. Maybe had a couple of kilos more in her, but we're pretty happy that she's secured her second and third attempts there. It's a good lift as well.
Yeah, she's very compact under the bar. Presses up, feet close together. And Rigo from France now steps onto the podium. She will start at a weight of 78 kilograms, her first lift in the snatch, in the women's 55 kilogram group. Very wide grip there.
And her feet went very well when she caught it as well, but she stood it up very quickly, and it was a nice solid opening attempt. Again, quite a different body shape to some of the other lifters. Very tall and lean, the French girl, and it sort of changes the way the lift can look a little bit. Good positions.
A deep squat, but she gets up nicely. She seemed happy with that. So Sabina Azamova steps to the bar for her second lift in the snatch. This is her first attempt at 78 kilos. She looked more confident with that one than her first one, didn't she?
Oh, that was a much better attempt. Didn't have to take any sort of step. Was able to catch it and then just stand straight up.
So we see from the side on replay just how much steadier she is in this than the previous lift.
It's, when you can stand up straight away like that out of the bottom, it's a good sign that the bar's in the right place, that the lift's been executed really well.
I think we saw again from her expression afterwards, she knew she'd nailed that one much better than the first one.
This is her third attempt. Rigo, be prepared.
So currently Rigo is now listed at 80 kilos. She may even, no, it looks like she's coming out to lift that.
This is attempt number 2. Azimova next at a heavier weight.
So Azimov has gone up to 81 kilograms. So Rigo only a 2 kilo increase. Did that look like a little too small given how she went in the first lift, or is that reasonable?
No, again, some context around it. You know, it's hard when you just see one of the girls on the screen, but these are very small women. We're looking at 55 kilo. So 2-3 kilos is tends to be a standard increment.
Rigo from France, 80 kilos on the bar. Second lift in the snatch. She looks strong there.
She does. And the coach and the athlete might come in with a certain plan as well, trying to achieve a certain total.
She's a lifter who's clearly grown over the last 12 months. She finished 8th in the European Junior Championships last year in the 53 kilogram class and lifted 75 kilos in the snatch, but she's up to 80 here.
That was a really good lift.
So Asimova, for her final lift in the snatch, she's got 81 kilos on the bar. No lift there. So it's a first fail. She looked a bit distracted then. There was a bit of noise just before she lifted. Can that make a difference, that sort of disturbance to a lifter?
Well, in an ideal world, it shouldn't, Tim. I think she got inside her own head a little bit there. I mean, she's actually executed quite a nice little high pull here. Probably pulled it high enough that she could have had a crack at getting under, but it's amazing how much of this game's in the top 2 inches, and I think she's talked herself out of having a real crack at that.
Yeah, she's disappointed too. There you see her covering her head with the towel. I think she knows that she'd improved through that second lift, and that was probably a bit of a letdown for her. We're back with Rigaud of France. This is her third lift in the competition. She's just gone up by those 2 kilo increments. Started at 78, moved on to 80. And now at 82, the bar. She's been pretty convincing so far, Rigaud.
She has, and nothing suggests that she won't do the same on this lift either.
Yeah, it's another good strong lift.
So you'd say the 2 kilo jumps were probably appropriate there. Coach and athlete have come in with a plan, and they've built nicely.
Representing Russia, Kristina Novitskaya. Sinistera, Colombia, be prepared. Novitskaya, first attempt.
About to enter the competition, Novitskaya. Kristina Novitskaya, one of the favourites for a medal here. Although my co-commentator didn't have her in the mix. Let's see how she gets away at 84 kilos in the snatch. You want to reassess those predictions, or we wait to see the other athletes?
So I'm happy at the moment.
85 kilos down.
Certainly a strong opener.
Up first, representing Italy,
So we still have 4 lifters yet to take their first lift. Novitskaya successful at 84. Magistris, see the Russian out the back there, should be pleased with that start. Gets a number on the board early in the snatch. A little bit of jockeying for weights now in the background. We now have Kristina Novitskaya.
Second attempt now from Kristina Novitskaya, Russia.
Sinistera, Magistris and Gunn all upping their entry weights, so that leaves Kristina Novitskaya to lift again.
86 kilos, please, floaters. Latvia, Italy, first attempt. China, next.
So a little bit of gamesmanship going on at the back there, Simon.
Yeah, well, now we're getting into the the back end of the competition. This is where the medals are going to be decided for the snatch. So yeah, the coaches are all just trying to work out, how can I get 1 kilo ahead? What's my athlete capable of? and how can I try and manipulate the board the best I can to give my athlete the best opportunity.
And there really does appear to be two groups in this. The bottom four have all completed their lifts in the snatch, and then a bit of a gap to these top five from whom the medalists will come, isn't there?
It's quite often the way sessions tend to play out. You'll have 3 or 4, sometimes 5 in these sorts of sessions of 9 that will contest the medals, and the others are, at different stages of their journey.
So Camilla Conatop draws the short straw, and this will take her into the lead in the snatch, 85 kilos. Very confident lift there.
Yeah, she looks strong. Dropped the total down, or dropped the snatch opener from 87 down to 85, but it was a good strong opener.
China, 86.
Okay, so we're seeing the Chinese athlete come out. She is my co-commentator's tip for the gold medal. Made him go early. Acknowledges the crowd and draws some warm applause. So we have Gan from the People's Republic of China, 86 kilograms. She seems happy.
Yeah, she jumped particularly wide to in her receive position, which I think made standing up a little bit more awkward, but again looked pretty strong. So I'm pretty comfortable at the moment with my initial prediction, but having not seen two athletes yet.
That puts her temporarily in first position. So not many athletes from Colombia here. So very tall girl for this category. Sinister Torres. Oh, she looks very strong.
Yeah, that was a nice, powerful opener there with 87 kilos.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing. So Magistris, the only lifter yet to make a lift in the snatch, and she will be up next for her first attempt. That last lift from Sinistera put her in first place.
The Italians have been very impressive to this point.
Yeah, they have. They were very impressive this morning. The couple of Italians we had in the women's 55 in particular and 59. So Magistris, 87 kilos, first attempt. Not happy. 3 red lights.
No, certainly never finished the pull after talking the Italians up. She didn't quite deliver for us.
So if we get a replay here, maybe we can see where she went wrong here.
You see the second pull doesn't quite finish. It's in front, and she never locks out that right arm. So she'll need to go away and have a think about what she's going to do to fix that up.
So the Russian back on the stage, Novitskaya. So a miss at her second lift at 87 kilos from Novitskaya. She has 1 lift remaining.
Another one which didn't quite get to the top of this pull here. Oh, it swings away a bit. Yeah.
that's a good comeback.
Yeah. Much more conviction when she came out to the bar, and that was reflected in the lift.
One last attempt. This one belonging to Christina Novitskaya.
So Magistris will be happy there. Gets the 87 on the board as we watch the replay here.
People's Republic of China next.
Nice and patient at the bottom.
Yeah, didn't panic. Just waited until the bar was where it needed to be and then stood it up pretty confidently.
So Novitskaya, Christina Novitskaya, she's completed a lift of 84 kilograms. This is her second attempt in the 87 kilos. It's not to be her day today, so she'll register a total of 84 kilograms. And a bit of a surprise there.
Well, she had, I mean, her first attempt was, you know, reasonably strong, but, you know, these two attempts on 87 were a little way off, really. Again, swings away a little bit. Just never gives her a chance, never gives herself a chance to lock it out over her head.
She was a bit in unknown territory there. That's 85 kilo that she snatched at the European Championships earlier this year, so that may well have been in PB territory for her. We're watching Gun now from China. Successful in her first lift, 86 kilograms. She's now got 88 kilograms on the bar. Her second lift in the snatch. She fought hard.
She did, she showed again patience and control in that bottom position.
Loaders, please. 88 kilo stays. Yeni Sinistera, Colombia. This is her second attempt to the
So I think that makes your gold medal looking good at this point.
Long way to go yet.
Long way to go, but we do have 1 and 2. Colombia. And Conatop, very confident with her first lift at 85 kilos. It's 89 kilos on the bar for her now. Would put her in first place. So getting the shoulders loosened up. Conatop.
Ukraine, second attempt.
89 kilos, her second lift in the snatch section. Women's 55 kilograms here. This will put her in the lead. There it is. We have a new leader. Conatop now in the gold medal position. 3 white lights.
Yeah, she certainly doesn't muck around when she gets up on the platform. Very much walks up to the bar, grips it, and then pulls it over her head. And she's looking very good so far. Yeah, nice strong lift.
And very businesslike. Drops the bar, walks off. Now waiting on the Colombian athlete for her second lift here. Sinistera Torres. This will put her in the gold medal position. So we're starting to get to the serious end of the proceedings here. There's only about 7 or 8 lifts left.
Yeah, 4 of them jockeying for these 3 medals.
Yeah, that's a very strong lift, and that puts her in the gold medal position now.
You
happy with what you've seen from her?
Yeah, she's looked very strong.
Italy, third attempt. Gang,
Very powerful.
China next.
So Gang currently has 90 kilos on the bar. Magistris also 90. This would put her in the silver medal position at best. Lucrecia Magistris, 90 kilos on the bar, third and final lift in the snatch. This for a silver medal.
She's done well there.
Well, she has, yeah. She's pumped too. She looked like she was going to lose that over the back, didn't she?
She did that right-hand side. I think she might have hurt her elbow a wee bit.
90 kilos still. 2 athletes remaining calling for this weight.
Judges liked it though, so that puts her in the silver medal position at this stage.
You see her right elbow just there, where the wrist snaps back. She did exceptionally well to hang on to that. And now it's a chance of a medal.
Yeah, she certainly does have a chance of a medal. She's really thrown the pressure right back onto Konotop and Gunn. She's in the silver medal position.
Floaters, 91 kilos. 3 athletes remaining, 3 attempts left. All calling for 91 kilos. Gan Hongyan, People's Republic of China, third attempt, 91 kilos. Konotop next from Ukraine.
So if Gan lifts this, that will put her in the gold medal position. Pressure going back on then to Sinestra and Konotop. But we're with Gan now from China. Third and final lift in the women's 55 kilograms Group A snatch. This to put her in the gold medal position. Oh, she's done it. Well, for the moment, she has the gold medal.
We're showing some really courageous lifts, but firstly from the Italian and then from the Chinese girl there.
She's really had to fight hard through all her lifts, hasn't she, Gunn?
It's very solid with the technique. Just stabilises. It's very reminiscent of the Chinese program. You know, they're technically very, very good.
Right, so at the moment, Gunn is in the gold medal position. Sinestra Torres is in the silver medal position, and Magistris is in the bronze.
It's just giving her a
Konotop comes out very matter-of-factly. Takes 91 kilos in her stride. She might have had a bit more in her there.
Yeah, the extra kilo obviously would have put her in the gold medal position.
It would.
Sinistra.
So
it's going to take 92.
So Magistris is going to miss out, despite that courageous lift at 90 kilos, miss out on a medal in the snatch. At the moment we have Gunn in the gold medal position, Konotop in the silver medal position, and Sinistra Torres. She's got to complete this lift for the gold medal in the women's snatch, women's 55 kilograms. Yeah, not a problem there. She's very excited with that. That is a pumped athlete who just takes the first gold medal of the competition today. Well, you can say you got the top three.
I need to just put some context there. My top 3 was for the total. So, but still, that's the top 3, just in a slightly different order for the snatches. But we'll see now with the clean and jerks, and they're all either the same or separated by 1 kilo. So
this is going to be a red hot competition, this second part here. So just to recap the first part of the women's 55 kilogram Group A, we have our first medalists of the day here at the Junior World Weightlifting Championships. In first place, Yenny. 3 lifts to each of our 9 competitors, 27 lifts in total. Rigo in 6th place after the snatch, and with an entry weight of 92 kilos, we wouldn't expect her to be amongst the medals, but we'll see how she goes. Yeah, very strong overhead there, and she's away. It's a good start. Joining me in commentary here is Simon Kent from New Zealand Weightlifting. What did you make of that first attempt for the clean and jerk there from Rigo?
it was a real extension of where she left off with the snatches. You know, she had a very successful snatch series, building her total up to 82, and now she started the same with her clean and jerks. Wouldn't be surprised if the coach takes the same philosophy and they slowly move her up. She's technically very sound. I'd say she's probably got a little bit of growing to do. She's quite a tall, lean athlete. Maybe might end up in a class above, but having said that, we're still just over a kilo under body weight coming into this competition.
Yeah, well, and she's improved on her results from the European Junior Championships last year, where she lifted 75 and 92 kilograms. So she's heading in the right direction. Lift of 82 in the snatch today, and she's already got 92 in the clean and jerk. Next athlete due up is Sabina Zamolva. What did you make of her progress through the snatch?
She was a bit of a mixed bag. She got off to a bit of a clunky start, but managed to secure first. Looked much better on the second, and then had ended up just snatch pulling her third attempt. So we'll see if she can get off to a bit more of a confident start here with the clean and jerks.
Yeah, well, she's starting at 95 kilos. This is her first lift in the women's 55 kilogram group. Azamova, 95 kilos from Azerbaijan. A little bit messy again, wasn't she, getting stabilised, but she 3 white lights from the judges.
Yeah, a little bit of a stumble in the jerk, but actually I think you know, a lot better start than her opening snatch attempt. She'll be reasonably happy with that one. The clean certainly was very good. We'll see here on the replay. Nice solid clean, stands it up very comfortably.
Slight adjustment of the feet there, and
just that was a good lift.
back live now, and Hara from Japan with her first lift, also at 95 kilograms. Lifted 77 in the snatch. Very solidly up there. She'll be happy to get that away early after missing her first attempt in the snatch.
Yeah, that was certainly a lot more straightforward than her first snatch attempt, where she took a weight for a bit of a duck walk across the platform. Here, nice strong clean, and then finished off with a really tidy jerk.
Nice quick feet there. So back live, an Indonesian athlete, Juliana Cladesa. She had a pretty disappointing snatch, missing all 3 attempts at 73, so she'll be happy just to get on the board here at 95. Yeah, that's got to do her confidence the world of good, hasn't it? If she gets the 3 white lights.
Yeah, and as we've alluded to during the course of the commentary, Tim, you know, World Championships are slightly different. There's 3 medals up for grabs, so if you can park the disappointment of not registering a snatch, you can still come back and be in contention in for a clean and jerk medal.
Japan next.
She had to work hard through that, but she will, as I say, be relieved and take a bit of confidence out of that after 3 no lifts in the snatch at 73 kilos.
The youngest competitor in the class. Important that she goes back home after this competition with some sort of positive.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget she's only 16 years old, so she's still technically a youth.
Yes, yep, and the only one in this class.
Yeah, and lifting in a junior world championship final here, so hats off to her for making that top 9. And I'm sure she can only get better and learn from the experience here. But meanwhile, we've got Rigaud from France stepping up onto the platform. She's been pretty solid throughout, 78, 80 and 82 in the snatch, and a first up successful attempt at 92. Big jump for her this time though, up 5 Ks, 97 kilos. Wait on the judge's decision there, but looked pretty good from here. 3 white lights.
Yeah, she really continues to impress, young Rigaud. That's 5 out of 6. She looked right on her limit there, but had to work hard in this clean. But then drove the bar nice and straight. And had the ability to get her feet together for the judges.
So she closed her eyes in the last bit of that. Back live now with Hara. Second attempt at 98 kilos. Hara from Japan. Nicely away. She'll be pleased after missing her first attempt in the snatch to get the first couple of lifts away here in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, that was the only blemish, that first snatch. Otherwise, she's been pretty faultless. Young Hara from Japan.
And that missed probably cost her 3 or 4 kilos at the back end of the snatch, didn't it?
Yeah, potentially. I'm never quite sure how things are going to pan out, but she ended up with 77, which is probably quite close to her best, I would suggest.
So on the platform now is Sabina Azimova. This is her second lift in the clean and jerk category. She's got 99 kilos on the bar. I think the judges are going to like that. Do you? I don't know they do, yeah. There you go.
You know, I think she keeps walking off looking a little bit disgruntled, but the last two clean and jerks have been great.
That might just be her resting face. Because she hasn't looked happy after any of them. But that was a good solid lift. That's up around her best.
Yeah, nice strong clean.
.100 kilos at the European Junior Championships last year. That's a long time.
Yeah, a little bit forward, but not much. You can step forward and secure that. So yeah, we're up at double bodyweight clean and jerks here. So
yeah, so we're with Rigaud now from France. .99 kilos on the bar. Oh, she's worked hard through that. Oh. Well, as you said last time, she looked like she's at a limit, and her left elbow just gave way there. We can see the front on replay. We'll see.
yeah, I think that was just one lift too far, but otherwise she's had a fantastic competition today, going 5 out of 6.
Yeah, she really has. So she finishes with a total of 179.
So she's done well to stand up the clean, but there's always going to be a big ask to lock this out overhead.
Took her time.
And so that left arm never got locked.
Yep.
This is the second attempt representing Indonesia, Juliana Clarissa. Saudi Hana next at a heavyweight.
Waiting for the athlete from Indonesia, Clarissa. Just making her way out into the gymnasium now. This will be her second lift in the clean and jerk. Successful at her first lift with 95 kilos. Be a bit of a relief for that after 3 misses in the snatch, but she's in here with a chance to put the pressure on some of the higher lifters. 100 kilograms, that'll put her comfortably in first place so far in this clean and jerk. Oh, she's looked a lot better in the clean and jerk than she did in the snatch, hasn't she?
Yeah, she certainly has. She had to work hard through that clean, but once she stood it up, she did really well to put away the jerk so convincingly.
We might see a replay of that successful lift from Clarissa. Come out a very deep squat there, didn't she?
Yeah, great mobility through her hips, ankles to be able to get into that position. And then did well there. Got the bar behind her head. And
back live with Connor Top here from Ukraine. First attempt, 101 kilos. Got that power squat lift. Seems to be something creeping into the Eastern European countries. Is that something that you're noticing? We saw that with a couple of the lifters last night in the men's, didn't we?
Yeah, the Ukrainians do have a little bit, history is probably too strong a word, but a Olympic champion from 2012, Torokti, in the 105 kilo class, was a big power jerker. So if you've got someone who's been successful at the highest level, you know, when the young lifters start to come through, sometimes they can try and imitate, or the coaches have a favourite method of coaching that particular lift.
Hara, Japan, her third and final attempt at 101 kilos. No, just a bit beyond her there in the clean.
Well, the clean, she really got dumped on. She got smashed into the bottom, and then that just made it too hard to try and stand back out of that squat.
Second attempt representing Ukraine, Kamila Konakov.
Watch here, the bar really comes crashing down on top of her.
Floaters more weight, please. 103 kilos now.
Bang.
Kristina Novitskaya, Russia, first attempt. Novitskaya to be followed by Tati Squeeze.
Well, she finishes with a total of 175 kilos. That's behind Rigaud from France, who's the only other athlete to complete her lifts with 179. Entering the competition now, still 4 athletes yet to take a lift of any sort in the clean and jerk. Novitskaya, Russia, 103 kilos on the bar.
Very strong.
Good lift, Novitskaya, 103 kilos.
Well, I'll be interested to see how things play out for her, because she looked very strong in her first snatch and then really struggled with the next 2. So hopefully she is a stronger in this section of the competition and she can keep building on that.
We'll see here, like I talked about the Japanese athlete getting dumped on this one, really strong receive position there. So she's in full control, which made the clean very straightforward. Good jerk as well. And she's going to be one to watch now in these clean jerks.
So on the platform now is Lucretia Magistris. She's also taking her first lift. So just waiting on Gun and Sinestra. Both listed to come in at 105, but we're with Magistris. 103 kilos on the bar, her first attempt in the clean and jerk. Women's 55 kilogram. Should be pleased with that. Finished 4th in the snatch, and she's away in the clean and jerk, so she's on the board.
She is, and again, the first part of the lift looked very strong. It'll be interesting to see how much more she can add to that jerk.
Indonesia to follow. Azimova now.
So back live now with Sabina Azimova. It's her third and final lift in the clean and jerk. She's got 103 kilos on the bar. She's been successful at 95, 99 and 103. Well, she looks disappointed with that, but she's really looked disappointed with almost every lift she's done today. She's been a little messy, a little rough around the edges, but she's hung in there. 4 of 6 lifts is pretty creditable performance today.
Yeah, you'd like to think that she's out there enjoying it, and she might well be. Outwardly, certainly appears to be a little bit disgruntled with how she's performed.
Representing Indonesia, this is the third and final attempt of Juliana Clarissa.
Never drove the bar.
You know, she's certainly up round her PBs there, Azimova, so I don't think she could be too disappointed. Although unlike some of the other athletes, she's actually set herself up nicely through a couple of the early lifts, hasn't she? And maybe those were the figures that she really had her sights set on. Got Clarissa now coming out onto the platform. She's got 104 kilos on the bar. This would be a huge turnaround for her if she was to go 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, and would allow her to walk away from this Worlds with a real positive takeout.
Just kind of always looked a bit heavy for her, didn't it?
It did.
Well, that's a brave comeback for her, though, after missing 3 times in the snatch with 73 kilos. Now she fought back and did 95 and 90 in the clean and jerk.
It has just crushed her a bit here. Just made it too hard to get out of that clean.
Yeah, she didn't time her bounce up all that well either, did she?
No, when your timing's a wee bit off there and the bar crashes down on you, very difficult to get that timing. We'll see Konotop here. He tends to be, or has been to this point, much better with that. This was her original posted start attempt, so maybe she hasn't been quite so confident out the back with her clean and jerks.
So we've got our way through the 4 bottom athletes, and we're now really amongst the medals here. Konotop.
She's in trouble here.
Yep. So maybe they knew something out the back. They're dropping that starting weight.
Well, that's her first miss for the day, but a little bit like we talked about in that with the last lifter. We'll see here on the replay. She just gets slammed and just gets pushed onto her toes there, and now you're trying to dead squat 105 kilos. Becomes very, very hard.
So back live here with Magistris. She's also attempting 105 kilos, her second lift. She's successful at 103. Now she's holding that elbow, right elbow. Is that the one she thought she might have tweaked in the last snatch?
That's right, yeah. It's no doubt it'll be troubling her. It'll be very sore tonight, I would suggest. Yeah, again, clean, strong, but she's quite slight up top through the shoulders, upper back, and it makes it hard to hold these sorts of weights over your head. And even that was quite a good position, but it just started to move and she couldn't hang on.
And as you say, they're working against a lot of weight over their heads here, the 55 kilogram women. Konotop quickly into her lift here. Oh, there, she's done very nicely there. That's a great comeback. She got through the clean much better there. So that puts her into first place in the clean and jerk at this point, and first place overall.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be staying there though. Tim, I think, you know, we haven't seen the Colombian or the Chinese girl come out yet.
No.
And the Russian.
Well, the real question about whether Konotop will feature in the medals will be how Novitskaya lifts. She was probably a bit disappointing in the snatch, but she's already got 103 kilos on the board in the clean and jerk, and she's listed for 106. So we've got Novitskaya at 106 kilograms listed as the next lifter, but we also see Sinistera Torres. Here comes Novitskaya. A lot of back slapping. You back slap your athletes, they go out like that?
Not, well, you know, a lot of it's personal preference, but not a big slapper of backs.
Probably a good thing. Novice Guy quickly into her lift here. Oh, she's got nicely through the clean.
Yeah, she has more in her tank.
Well, you picked her after the 103 attempt that she looked good, and she looked pretty good in that too.
Yeah, the Russian coaches could have been a bit sneaky there. Sinistera has, you know, had to put her knee wraps on, get her belt all sorted out. You know, knowing their athlete had this much power in a clean and jerk, they could have maybe moved her up a little bit and rushed Sinistera there.
Well, they chose not to, but Novitskaya is in first place in the clean and jerk and currently holding down third place in the overall standings. And here we see the gold medalist in the snatch, Sinistera Torres from Colombia. What can she do? 107 kilos on the bar. No problem, she says as she wanders off.
That was a good strong opener.
3 white lights. So that puts her in the gold medal position now for a clean sweep. And it puts the pressure right back on Gan now.
You can't just stay 1 kilo ahead. She needs to stay 2 kilos ahead of her, having finished 1 kilo behind in the snatch. She's also taking 107.
Yeah, well, this will put her in second place. It's only her first lift in the competition, so she'll be hoping to build from this, but it'll put her in second place in the clean and jerk and second place overall. Bit of a wobble in the right arm, but the judges will probably give the 3 white lights, and they do. So that should put Gunn in second place overall and second in the clean and jerk. And Konotop has dropped out of the medals at this stage in the clean and jerk, but she's still in third place overall, you'd be pleased to know there.
Which I think is where she'll stay. I mean, the Russian's got to come over the top of her by 7 kilos.
Yep. Yeah, she would have to lift 113 kilos to match or Novitskaya, but we're with Magistris, 107 kilos on the bar. That's a little too much for her.
No lift, Magistris 107 kilos. Holders, please, 108 kilos now. 2 athletes,
well, she needed the 107 kilos because she needed the 4 kilos to get up into the bronze medal position, I guess, with that, but it looked a bit beyond her, didn't it?
That's it, yeah, it would have taken her over the top of Konotop, but yeah, after the previous lift, it was always you don't like to hope as a coach.
No.
But there was a bit more hope than no, I think, there.
Still a 4th in the snatch, a 5th in the clean and jerk, and a 4th overall. That's a creditable performance from Magistris, and she's not far away from being in the mix in the medals there.
So the Russian is going to have a crack at the bronze. And I wouldn't back against her, actually.
She's been very strong, but that's a big increase. That's 7 kilos. I mean, she's got nothing to lose, I guess. She's got the bronze medal secured in the clean and jerk. So those medals are safe, apart from 1 and 2. The order there.
That's a clean. No.
So no lift there for Gunn. 110 kilos. She remains in second place in the clean and jerk and second place overall.
Third attempt. Sinistera, Colombia next.
Sinistera is due to lift 111 kilograms.
Lowers, another kilo, please. We're changing the lifting order.
Changing the order here.
111 kilos. Clock begins. This is attempt number 2. Gan next.
Could see her coming out to take this. She's moved up again.
Gan Hong-Yan, People's Republic of China, 111 kilos, third attempt. Sinistera next.
Coaches have said to, I think, that he's going to put the weight up. She's going to go up to 112, which will throw it back to the Colombian. Try and buy her. Well, you can see that she's breathing pretty hard there. So we'll now see the Colombian come out.
112 kilos now.
So Colombian coaches were clearly trying to put the Chinese girl under as much pressure as they could there, given that their girl's in first place already.
That's it, they're in complete control here. She's still got 2 lifts to go. If she gets this, she's going to lock up the gold total. Remember the Russian sitting in the background there. She could come over the back of a couple of these.
I think she's capable of 113.
I do, after what we've seen.
Yeah, she's been very solid. So, Sinistera, 112 kilos from Colombia. Second lift in the clean and jerk.
Good lift.
Yeah, she took her time there, didn't she? And very patient. Takes her well over the 200 kilo mark in the total, up to 204. And she is in first place for the clean and jerk.
I think that locks in the gold medal. Garn's going to have a crack at it though. This is what she needs to come over the top.
Before we see Garn come out, we'll see Novitskaya. Now, she's really vying for a bronze medal here in the overall. See her making her way out into the gymnasium now.
Well, this will give her a silver because she'll come over the top of both Gan and on. What did Gan get on the second attempt? Oh no, so Gan's got that, but she'll come over the top of Konotop.
Yep. She'll definitely knock Konotop off. She's only trailing her by 6 kilos, so this is that 7 kilos, that 1 kilo to get her into the overall bronze medal. She's got a lock on the bronze medal in the clean and jerk already. So big lift here. Novitskaya, 113 kilos from Russia. Nicely through the first part.
Yeah, good lift.
It's a bronze medal for her. And a very, very happy coach. That was a big lift. That's a huge jump for your last lift.
Yeah, well, they've played. You know, coaches have played that really well. They've set it up. They've sat back. They've waited for the competition to unfold around them, knowing that their athletes got the potential, and she's delivered. That's all you can do as a coach. You can put your athlete and give them the best opportunity. And
yeah,
coaches have done just that.
She's now got a gold medal in the clean and jerk as well, as sliding into third place there. Still Sinistra to come, and still Garn to come. So it's not secure, but that was a very brave lift. She's going to be looking back at this snatch here and just ruining those last 2 attempts a bit, isn't she?
Yeah, well, that's where ultimately she hasn't pushed further up the medal.
So Gan Hongyang, 114 kilos on the bar. She'll take it to the outright lead in the total if she's successful, and the gold medal in the clean and jerk.
Oh, that's a great lift, yeah.
Oh, and she knows it too. That is a fantastic lift. So the gold medal position changes once again. And the pressure goes right back onto Sinestra Torres from Colombia.
This is the final lift in the clean and jerk of the women's 55-kilo session. And Sinestra.
So the medals will come down to this final lift. At the moment, Gan from China is in first place in the clean and jerk and first place overall with a total of 205 kilos. Second in the clean and jerk is Novitskaya, and third at the moment is Sinistera.
That was a junior world record as well, Tim.
Really?
Yeah. World standard 114.
There we go. So we're going for a second. You could see another world record fall within the space of a couple of lifts here.
She doesn't need to take 115. 114 would have been enough to secure the gold medal in the total.
She's got her eye on the record. Yeah, she's got that. She's been good from this point on in all her lifts.
No. She missed it.
There you go. So
At 115 kilos for Sinistera.
we have a bit of a surprise result.
55-kilo group A session.
Although you've backed 1 and 2. You got 1 and 2 in the right order there.
I got 1 and 2
overall.
But I don't mind missing out because that was a hell of a lift from the Russian.
Yeah, it really was. So the overall results here in the clean and jerk. We have Gan from China, who has won the gold medal in the clean and jerk here at the World Junior Championships in a new World Junior.
Executive Chair, Fiji National Sports Commission. Elena F. Donald, Director of Venues for the 2019 IWF Junior World Championships. And Ms. Silak Tatman, Thailand, member of the IWF Technical Committee. First, the medals in the snatch. With 91 kilos, the bronze medalist from Ukraine, Kamila Konotov.
Kamila Kronotov, winner of the bronze medal with a lift of 91 kilograms. She's being presented with her bronze medal in the snatch by Peter Macy, chairman of the Fiji National Sports Commission.
Also with 91
Konotov also 4th in the clean and jerk and 4th overall. So she's had a pretty impressive competition here. Silver medal in the snatch goes to Gan Yonyang with also a lift of 91 kilograms. Just ahead of Konotov. She lifted that 91 kilograms first.
With 92 kilos, gold medalist representing Colombia, Yeni Sinistera.
And the gold medal goes to Yeni Sinistera, who left it to the final lift of the snatch competition to take the gold medal with a lift of 92 kilograms. So that was an outstanding competition, close fought right to the end.
Your medalists in the snatch.
Coming away.
Now the medals in the clean and jerk. The bronze
Now the medal presentation for the clean and jerk. The medals to be presented here
Colombia, Yeni
by Elena M. Donald. And she will present the bronze medal to Yeni Sinistera from Colombia. Had a chance to take the gold and the overall gold right up to the last lift, but failed with her attempt at 115 kilos.
Russia, Kristina Novitskaya.
Kristina Novitskaya, of course, an amazing last lift, going up 7 kilos on her last lift to slip into second place. She would have slipped into gold if it wasn't for a world junior record from our next athlete.
And with 114 kilos, gold medalist.
So Elena McDonald, the director of the venues for the 2019 IWF Junior World Weightlifting Championship, will present the gold medal in the clean and jerk to People's Republic of China athlete Gan Hongyang, with a new world junior record lift of 114 kilograms.
Thank you. Now the medalists in the total. With 197 kilos.
Medals in the total to be presented by Ms. Thatam Sibilak. She is a member of the IWF Technical Committee from Thailand. She'll present the bronze medal for the overall, a total of 197 kilos, to Kristina Novitskaya.
Silver medalist with a total of 204 kilos. Representing Colombia, Yeni Sinisterra.
Yeni Sinisterra from Colombia. Just couldn't nail the last lift at 115 kilos, which would have catapulted her into a clean sweep of the gold medals. So she had to settle for third in the clean and jerk and second overall. And the overall points total winner after a world record lift on her last lift of the competition to take her into first place is Gan Hongyang from China. Total of 205 points. Just 1 point clear of the Colombian 2004. We will pause for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. Gold medalist there, the overall, Gan Hongyang from China, with a total of 205 kilos. See the 4 medal winners across the snatch, clean and jerk, and the overall, celebrating, savouring the moment there, as Gan Hongyang has become a world junior champion and world junior record holder. Fantastic competition. Both categories, the snatch and the clean and jerk, coming right down to the final lift. Sinisterra nailing a 92 kilogram snatch to take out the gold there, and Gan also breaking, as I said earlier, that world junior record, 114 kilograms, to nail the record in the clean and jerk.